Jacob has nephrotic syndrome, a rare condition which affects his kidneys. Despite this, he's raised nearly £7,000 to send poorly youngsters like himself on a once-in-a-lifetime trip.
So Jacob has nephrotic syndrome, which means his kidneys don't work properly. He has had this since he was 2 years old, and since then has spent a lot of time in and out of hospital, and is on a constant dose of medication. At first we thought it was a childhood illness, but we've now found out that you can have it forever. You may in the future need a kidney transplant, but at the minute we're hoping that everything's good and just the medication's enough. So last year Jacob went on a dream flight trip. They every year take 192 children to Florida on the holiday of a lifetime. Every child that goes has a serious illness or a disability, and Jacob, luckily enough, got to go last year. And as he got back and we heard all the stories, we realised that maybe it was a really good thing for other kids to have the chance to do. And because it's a charity, it is all donations. So we decided as a family and through our business that we would endeavour to raise the money to send one child, but then we beat that target, so we then decided that we'd try and double it, see if we can send 2 children. So at the minute we're at £5,500. So we've been fundraising since November 17th last year, doing lots of different events just to try and raise as much money as we can.
Bunwell Dragons Motorcycling Club raises money for Newsham Avenue, a local children's home, and recently handed over £1,500 to the home's minibus appeal.
Bunwell Dragons is a motorcycle club that were formed in 1965 by a chap called Brian Fairham. I spoke to him about 3 years ago now, if we could resurrect the club. And in a couple of months, it was like, wow, what have you done? It's amazing. And what we're trying to do is get it out there that this line of bikers that's going down the road isn't a bunch of thugs. This is for Newsham Avenue Children's Home, which is a respite for, I think it's about 70 children. They've not got much money. And some of them apparently had never had hardly anything for Christmas or anything, so could we get some selection boxes? And all the friends and people that we know have just bombarded us with stuff, and I think we raised about £500, and that's how it all started. And it was like, well, why does it have to be a one-off thing? It means a lot to me because I was brought up in care and we never had much, so that was it. It was so to jump on board with that one, and a few others are helping out as well. We don't do it for recognition, we do it for just to help people. But it is nice to be put up for things like this. It's really, really good. And so we're chuffed to bits. It just makes you want to do it even more now.
Last year's poppy appeal in the borough raised more than £192,000, with scouts, cadets and even councillors helping to sell poppies in places like supermarkets and the Alhambra Centre.
The poppy appeal is a very key part of life for the ex-service personnel. We used to call them veterans, but we now have a veteran that's only 19. We work very closely with any number of other charities, Combat Stress, SAFA, Help for Heroes. We all work together for the benefit of the ex-service community and their families, dependents, everybody. In the borough there are 7 collecting areas, the main one being the town centre, which is the one that I run, and we have so many people that come from all sorts of other organisations to help us. We managed to scrape together 192,000 in the borough last year. Last year's total was, as far as the borough is concerned, a record. But we were helped tremendously by people that made things for us. So 192,000, can't thank the generous people of Barnsley enough for the support that they give us in this 2-3 week appeal.